classic love at first sight. But is it though? That's the thing that I want to talk about. Hi, welcome to the first official part of Klaine Talk. I'm sorry for the long wait. I did the introduction video and then I got really sick, and I know you've been waiting for this. But here I am with the first storyline, which I named it Staircase to Heaven, a classic love at first sight. But is it though? That's the thing that I want to talk about first. Because love at first sight has never been my thing. If you ask me if I believe in love at first sight, I would say, as it says, people fall in love in mysterious ways. So maybe it works for you. Okay. But I never got it. I mean, sure, I get the immediate attraction. But love is a bit too much to just see someone and immediately fall in love with. Because what you see at first sight is just the physical appearance of that person, right? So to me, it's just the physical thing that, okay, I get you might get attracted to someone and like the way they look, but falling in love with someone is more than that to me. So I never really got it, but now I actually believe in that because of that scene. But the thing is, it wasn't literally love at first sight, was it? It took the whole scene for Kurt to fall in love with Blaine. It wasn't just one look. I think that's what makes it work, at least for me. Okay, let me say this here first. I don't think it needs to be said, but still, this is my video that it's on my channel and I'm sitting here talking about it, so obviously this is my opinion, and when I say it works, I mean it works for me. You might disagree with me and that's totally fine. Okay, so why does this one works? I think the first and most important thing is timing. When is this happening? It happens in episode 6 of season 2, which means we had 22 and 5 year 27 and a half episodes. We had about 30 episodes to get to know Kurt, what kind of person he is and how his life is, and we saw the things he's been through and how lonely he has been through the whole show. So now when he meets Blaine and finds someone, it actually means something, you know. So it's not like it's the beginning of the movie and a character that we don't really know and care is walking and just bumps into someone and all the papers and something scatters on the ground and they sit down and then they look at each other and fall in love immediately, and it does never make sense to me. It's a character that we know, and when he meets Blaine, it isn't just about how he looks. I love that about this, because you think it's love at first sight. He saw him and oh, he's so good looking and I'm in love. But it's not actually. It's about something way more important and way deeper than that. So let's watch this together and we can talk about more details. I hope YouTube lets me to put all the clip there, and I put the link into this video that I'm watching down in the description if you want to check it out. But it's just little parts of the show that I thought it's related to this storyline. And let's see. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, and go.
And now, drumroll Finn, because I have in my hand our competition for sectionals next month. First, the
introduction.
a cappella choir from the all-boys private school in Westerville, the Dalton Academy Warblers.
Yeah.
Okay, hold up. Like a million awesome gay jokes just popped into my head.
Dude.
See, that scene, the comment that Santana says, just Santana, of course, she says that. That one. And then this scene is, I think that is important too. That, okay, where this is all happening in the choir room and with the glee kids, which are his friends, his only friends in the school. Kurt doesn't have any other friends, right? But the thing is, even his friends make fun of being gay. They don't really mean any harm, I guess. But still, he does. He has to hear this from his own friends too. And here he's with the boys and is so passionate to talk about all the things, all the ideas he has. But still, they're like sending him away and don't really care about his opinion. So I think that really sets up the tone too, you know. And I didn't add other parts before this um, because I didn't want it to be a really long video. But I have that in the next one, the next storyline. But the scenes that he has with Krovsky and getting bullied and all that, that really sets up the tone that leads to this. But even in these scenes, you see that he's unhappy, that even his own friends aren't really caring about him. So I think that really helps with what comes next. Let's go.
Why don't you make yourself useful and go put some rat poison in them old folks' jello or visit the garglers?
The warblers.
Whatever. See what they're up to. You can wear all the feathers you want. You'll blend right in.
And we forever are thankful to Puck for saying that. And he had no idea what he's doing, but he just started this.
Fine.
And here we are. I mean, this school is so beautiful. I mean, especially the first shot that we get is this beautiful staircase. And Dalton is my most favorite location in the whole show. I mean, yes, I love McKinley and the choir room and auditorium. They are really special places for us, I know. But Dalton has always been my favorite place. And if there is the one thing that I would never, ever forgive the writers for, is that burning down the whole Dalton Academy. For what? Just, I mean, I get it. They needed to have enough people in the new direction. And yes, I guess it's a little poetic that as soon as Kurt and Blaine got married, um, their kids kind of became one too and became one family. But don't burn down the whole school, man. Why? I mean, why? Okay. I'm planning on writing a little fanfiction, a little crossover actually with Doctor Who that kind of fits that. But we'll see if I ever write it. Let's go.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, but can we talk about the fact that Blaine has a little old watch in his hand? Like, that's kind of cute. And why? I don't get it. Like, why in the year of 2010 you a teenager has a little old watch and not your phone or something? This is so cute. And I love it. I love it.
Can I ask you a question? I'm new here.
My name's Blaine.
See, that's the thing here. This is the moment that you can see that it takes Kurt off guard, that how nice Blaine is. Because at the school he keeps getting bullied and people aren't nice. He doesn't used to this. And now he's even in another school and he knows no one there, and he randomly stops someone to ask a question, and he stops, gives him all of his attention, is nice, smiles, introduces himself, we shook hands with him. It's a really small thing actually. When you think about it, it's not that Blaine is doing something really special and weird, but Kurt doesn't used to this. And this is the first thing that he gets from Blaine, that, oh, he's a nice person. So
Kurt,
this is the one thing that I have problem with in this scene, that if we don't really get to see the handshake, it would have been nice, but it's okay.
so what exactly is going on?
The Warblers. Every now and then they throw an impromptu performance in the senior commons. Tends to shut the school down for a while.
So wait, the Glee Club here is kind of cool?
The Warblers are like rock stars.
I mean, okay, he's a bit cocky for calling him literally himself a rock star, but can you disagree? I mean, they really are like rock stars, so I give him that. And the amazement on Kurt's face is so cute.
Come on, I know a shortcut.
Okay, until this moment, everything's kind of goes normal. Like, okay, you meet someone and they're introducing themselves and nice to you and talk about the things that happening in the school. Okay, but this is kind of forward, that they just met and he grabs his hand and they run away. And I love that later on the proposal scene, Blaine actually talks about this and says that this isn't what I normally do, but it was like something was there from the beginning. But I love that he literally takes Kurt and brings him into his world and come see what's going on here. That's kind of poetic and beautiful. And the look on Kurt's face and how surprised he is that, okay, I think this is happening now. Let's go. That's so cute. And then we reach this scene, this really iconic scene. I like that until this moment, the way that scene is shot is like a normal scene. It's beautiful, but it isn't like you see in the Love at First Sight scene that, oh, there's this always this slow motion and the zoom in, the look in his face and the other ones and all that. No, there are just two people talking until this moment. And then we have that slow motion and this beautiful song. And it makes you think that, okay, something is happening here. And immediately go, okay, did Kurt find somebody? Is this someone special? But this scene and the way it's shot makes you realize that, okay, something is happening and Blaine is probably someone important. And I love little things about this. Like at first, Blaine turns and looks at Kurt's face, watching him. And it's not that, okay, I just grabbed him and took him with me, and turns back to see how kids react to this school and all the beauty around them. And maybe this moment for Kurt isn't really about Blaine. It's about this place, this school, because if you look at him, he doesn't really look at Blaine at all in this moment. He's looking around, looking at this school, this beautiful place, and is amazed by how amazing everything looks. And the one thing that we have to talk about is the way they're holding hands. I know we keep talking about that in the fandom, and this is really awkward, I know, but I kind of love this, and I prefer it to a normal hand holding because it makes it this so special, you know? I think one, it shows that how spontaneous this was. That Blaine didn't think about, okay, I met this guy and now I'm gonna hold his hand and we're gonna run. That it wasn't about that. It was more like, oh, let me show you what's going on and just grabbing his hand and running. And he didn't think about it at all. He just did it. And of course, he grabbed the wrong hand. And it just happened so fast that they didn't change hands and that. And I think it would have been very cheesy if they were just holding hands and running slow motion in this hallway and with this music. I mean, still it is kind of, but this one awkward thing actually makes it better for me at least. And the other thing is that this scene, the way it's shot and the location and they're dressed up and they're gorgeous and all of that, it looks so perfect. And there's this one thing, maybe this little flaw, and I think for me at least it makes it better because you realize that you don't need something to be flawless to be perfect. This scene is perfect with a big obvious flaw, but it's still perfect. And I love that about it. And it makes it so special. If they were just holding hands normally and running, I don't think we were talking about it as much as we do now, you know? So I love it. I just love it. Literally plain opening the door for Kurt, letting him in the crowd, in this place.
Ooh, I stick out like a sore thumb.
I'm sorry, but sweetheart, you don't actually blend in your school either. I mean, the way he dress up, he always stands out. But here, I think because everybody's dressing exactly the same, he feels more self-conscious that, oh, I'm dressing differently, which actually is really close to the uniform. If you think about it, the colors are right, and he's wearing a jacket and a tie, and it's actually very close to what they're wearing.
Well, next time, don't forget your jacket, new kid. You'll fit right in.
Okay, his speech is too charming. That's not fair. But the other thing that I love about is that yes, later on, when we get to know Blaine, we realize that he's such a physical person, and he expresses his love and affection with touch. But you can see that here. Like we know Blaine for what, 1 minute now, and he already took Kurt's hand and fixed his jacket, and these little touches were obvious even here. You can see it now, and I love that. And again, you can see Kurt liking him more because he is so nice and so accepting, because the things that he says. I mean, sure, we all have eyes. We see him, he's handsome. But I love that they don't make it about that. That Kurt sees him and being, oh, he's so handsome and I'm in love. It's about who Blade is and how he's acting. It's about how kind and nice he is and how accepting. That's what wins Kurt over until this point. And if that wasn't enough, he starts singing.
Now, if you'll excuse me.
I love Kurt's face here that, okay, what is happening right now? That you are the lead singer here? I love it. This reminds me of that live stream that Darren had and watched this episode and was talking about this scene. And until he pointed out, I never noticed it. He was laughing because he said that it's like they chose the warbler so tall on purpose, and he looks so tiny here. And okay, he's not short, but he's not really tall. I don't think they actually thought about this, and probably I'm overthinking this because that's what I do. But actually, it makes sense to choose the warbler way taller than him and make him look tiny. Because Chris was the youngest cast member and he looked so tiny, especially in the first season. So I personally see Kurt as my baby. And it was way easier for me to ship him with someone who also looks tiny and cute. You know what I mean? And Darren isn't much older than Chris, and he can pass as a teenager. But especially after he cut his hair and with the hair gel and the jackets and all, he looks a bit older. But I think that surrounding him with people that are taller than him maybe help make him look tinier and cuter, and help me at least to like him more. If that makes any sense, I don't know.
Things were kinda heavy. You brought me to life now. Every February, you'll be my Valentine.
Okay, but he's singing directly to Kurt, which kind of makes sense because one is because of the way they're standing, that they performing to the whole room, right? But Kurt's standing right there in front of him, so I think it kind of makes sense to sing the songs to people that standing right in front of you. And Blaine just took Kurt to come and watch me sing, so of course he's gonna sing to him. But the song is a bit way too romantic to sing to someone that you just met. But it's actually kind of perfect, apart from the fact that they sound amazing. The lyrics actually fits, and I love how much it actually makes sense when he sings it in season 4. The lyrics fits there too, and I love it. And the look on Kurt's face here that, okay, can't sing, he's good.
Valentine, let's go all the way tonight. No regrets, just love. We can dance until we die. You and I will be young forever. You make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. The way you turn me on, I can't sleep. Let's run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look. Let's go.
There was an edit on Instagram that I saw and I loved it, that someone just edited Kurt's face during the song and the way he looks at Blaine. And it's so good because you can just see how he starts to like him more and more and more and more and falls in love with him. You can actually watch him fall in love with him. It's so good.
The way tonight, no regrets, just love. We can dance until we die. You and I will be young forever. You make me feel like I'm
He keeps pointing at Kurt like, why? Why are you doing this to him and to us?
living a teenage dream.
And I love this, that Kurt looks at the whole room and everybody else. Wow, they're all enjoying this. And the thing is that they keep saying that, New Direction is the underdog and no one likes them in McKinley and everybody think they're lame and all that. But whenever they perform in an assembly or whatever, everybody actually vibing with them and really enjoying their performance. And the next day they throw a slushy at them and say, "Oh, you're so lame," and I never got that. But I think if the people were actually mean to new direction while they were performing, and like no one would cheer for them after any performance or anything, this would have a bigger impact. That, oh, look, they are actually enjoying the performance of this Glee Club, but no one really ever enjoys our performance, which isn't true. We saw people actually enjoying their performances. So this doesn't hit as hard as it should be, but I still give that to them. That Kurt sees that there are all these handsome boys with their jackets sitting there enjoying this performance, and everybody are just so nice and kind and accepting, and this place is so cool, and I wish I could be there. And I think we all thought about that in this moment, that maybe this is a better place for Kurt. That we don't want him to go, but maybe this is better. And this was the whole point of this moment, to make you feel that. So this scene isn't just about these two people meeting. It's about introducing this school that is such a safe place, and later on has a bigger role in the whole story and in the show.
The way you turn me on, I can't sleep. Let's run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back. I'ma get your heart racing in my skin tight jeans. Feel your teeth.
This is so cute. Kurt's reaction is so cute here. And see, this is the first moment to the whole thing that we saw, that he shows a reaction about the physical appearance of Blaine. Until this moment, every time that he was shocked or impressed or felt something was about how Blaine was reacting to him. He was being nice, he was being kind, he was accepting, oh, he is talented. We had all of that, and now, oh, he's so good looking too, you know? It didn't start with that, which normally love at first sight is all about that, or that's the most important thing, the way this person looks. But no, we have that he is kind, he is accepting, he is talented, and oh, he's good looking too, which we of course already noticed. But this is the first reaction that Kurt has to how he looks. I love that this is the order that this is happening. You know, it doesn't start with, oh, he's so good looking, and oh, he's kind too. You know, it comes at last, and I love it.
Mainstream tonight.
And the other thing here is that, especially in this last few episodes, we had that episode that Bert was in the hospital, and how upset Kurt was, and then he wanted to pair with Sam, and then the whole thing that happened there, and how lonely he felt. And then in this episode, and all the things with Krovsky, and in this episode, they even say it. Like Mr. Shu says that it's getting to you, and I see how you're reacting recently. And Kurt says that, yes, I'm unhappy. And you see him being upset the whole episode. And that's what makes this moment more important, that you see how happy Kurt is, that he's smiling and laughing. So Blaine immediately becomes that person that makes him happy, you know? And that means a lot.
Mainstream, the way you turn me on, I can't sleep. Let's run away and don't ever look back. Don't ever look back.
The way he stares at him and sings that "Don't ever look back." And it's funny because this is a very important moment, and this is a moment that both of their lives changed forever, and they didn't really look back from this. they never stopped loving each other after this. And I think it's cute. I love this, that he sings that look at me, I'm pointing at himself, and Kurt giggles. It's so cute. They're so cute.
Touch, now baby, I believe this is real. So no, don't ever look back, don't ever look back. I'ma get your heart racing in my skin tight jeans. Be your teenage dream tonight. Let you put your hands on me in my skin tight jeans. Be your teenage dream tonight.
And I love that little breath that Kurt takes. Okay, now I have to gather myself together and cheer him on. It's so cute. And this little thing here that Blaine is surrounded by his friends, of course, is talking to them, and then turns into Kurt, and this little nod and a smile is so cute. And Kurt's face he's totally gone, and I get it. And that's about it. And the other reason that this scene is working is that, again, I was telling you that at the beginning of the movie, a character that I don't know meets another character that I don't know, and they're immediately in love for absolutely no reason. But here, there is a character that I love, and he meets someone, and the things that he gets from Blaine in this one short scene is so much. We actually get to know him a lot in this little time, and it's not just him that falls in love with Blaine. I personally, and I think lots of other people, immediately fell in love with Blaine in this scene because it's such a beautiful scene. One of the best introduction scenes I have ever seen. So that's one of the things about this relationship that always worked for me, is that I love Kurt and I love Blaine. So I totally get it that how can you love this person so much, because I do, whenever that Kurt's looking at Blaine with awe, I'm here doing the same, so I get it. So to summarize that, what I love about this scene is that it is love at first sight, but it actually isn't when you think about it. There is a few minutes time span which doesn't seem much, but a lot happens in this little time that allows you to know this character and love him. So it actually makes sense to me. So I'm not gonna ask the character, how can you fall in love with him so quickly? Well, I did, so I can't blame you for that. And it's so beautifully written, and the location is so beautiful. The song, they sound amazing. And Chris and Darren did a great job playing that. It's their first scene together, and you always can see the amazing chemistry that they have. And the little things that they do, the looks, the smiles, the things that you can't write, that only the actors can bring to those roles and those scenes, that they did an amazing job with that. And the music and everything was so great, but not flawless, which made it actually perfect for me. And I think that's about it, Love at first sight is not something that I like, but this actually works perfectly, and I'm glad that they did that, and I think they did a really great job. So I hope you enjoyed watching me talking about this little scene for way too long and overanalyze everything and overthink everything, because that's what I do. And I hope it gave you an idea about what I'm doing here and what my video is gonna be like. So thank you for watching, and I hope I see you again. Bye. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, you're not gonna die. Fine. Jesus Christ. You can't freak out for every single video. That's not gonna work, okay? Hi. me sound like a child. Why? I'm sorry for the long break. I did the a classic love at first sight, which I can't even say. So just keep in mind that everything that I talk about is about me and what I think. About me. Everything is about me. Of course it is. Gosh. I actually prefer it. How do I want to say this to actually make sense? I don't know. And Chinese are much older than Chris. Gosh, what the hell is wrong with you? If that makes any sense, it doesn't.